So as of recording this, we are less than a week away from the release of the long-awaited film Wonderland III. This has to be a contender for one of the biggest movies we had ever done, and when you see the film next week, you'll see why. However, before we release Wonderland 3, there may be some folks out there who may not understand the context of things. So with that in mind, we are creating this Dragon Ball Z styled recap of the Wonderland trilogy, highlighting a few important things about it. When we make a commentary version of Wonderland 3 down the road, we will provide more context as to what we are talking about. And once the film comes out, this video will serve as more as an introduction piece about the trilogy, so it's meant to be watched first before diving in. The recap begins with the first Wonderland movie, simply titled Wonderland, released in 2015. This was a documentary about Gillian's Wonderland Pier, and made to celebrate the pier's 50th anniversary. Dan McDermott and Andrew Boylan were the ones who made the film. The documentary featured interviews with key members of the park's personnel and maintenance departments, as well as archival video and photos of the pier. You probably may have seen some snippets of those in both the Man in Dark 30th Anniversary movie and the Man in Dark Frontier Saga series. Then, 3 years later, in 2018, the duo got together again to create the film's sequel, Wonderland II. Unlike the first film, which was a documentary, Wonderland II was a narrative-driven comedy. The film was about a day in the life of people working in the park's maintenance department during one of the busiest days of the year. The film was meant to be absurdist, fictionalized, over-the-top, and comedic. Like before, you may have seen snippets of the film in both 30th Anniversary and Frontier Saga. While the story of Wonderland II itself is fictionalized, there was also a flowing narrative. In the second film's universe, Dan and Andrew released their documentary to the public, which is the first film. Now, after working there for a long time, Dan decides to go his own way, as he realizes that the nostalgia he feels for Wonderland has worn off on him. That and his car gets destroyed. The film ends with Dan leaving Wonderland Pier to destinations unknown. In Wonderland 3, 6 years has passed since the events of Wonderland 2. Since then, it's been Andrew's turn to keep the pier, at least the nostalgia of it, going. With the help of his new friends, plus an unexpected reunion with an old friend, Andrew decides to take things to a whole new level. In Wonderland 3, there are a lot of twists and turns. You will see a lot more than you requested. We are extremely proud of what we set out to do. We experienced long days and nights, high emotions, and a lot of uncertainties and changes. Yet we made tremendous progress, and this movie will celebrate that. Get your tickets, popcorn, soda, everything you need, because in Wonderland 3, it's about to get real. Wonderland 3 hits theaters, aka YouTube, in 1 week, July 18th, airing exclusively right here on APC TV. More information about the time of release for the film will be forthcoming. Thanks everybody for the support, and we'll see you next week.